Right, folks, so during the summer, the stats for trying to actively lose weight increases because people are trying to get that sought-after summer body, like myself here. So let's talk about things in general and explore the difference between healthy and unhealthy weight loss. We've got, every time they give me that word,
Me know.
general laparoscopic.
Laparoscopic.
I got it right. And weight loss surgeon, Dr. Alfred Dawes, weighing in on the topic. Easy, Creed. You're no longer in the rural area, sir, are you?
No, I'm back in Kingston now. I'm out of government service.
Okay, morning, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank
I
you.
haven't seen you for a while. So weight loss, now weight loss, if you're big and you want to lose weight, you just lose weight? What do you mean by good loss and bad loss? What is that?
Well, if you want to lose weight, Neville, really and truly, it's fat that you want to lose. But if you're not doing it the right way, you're going to be losing muscle as well as fat. Okay. Now, the problem with that is that muscle burns fat at rest. So the more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism when you're relaxing.
Tell me that again.
Muscle burns fat primarily at rest. When you're at rest. When you're just we're here sitting down,
right,
and our muscles are using fat. When you're exercising, it switches to carbs and then other energy sources. But if you're losing muscle mass because you're in a caloric deficit, the calories is basically a measure of the energy that you consume. Now, if you're consuming less energy than you're burning for the day, that means you're going to turn on your internal stores. And what the body is going to start to do is to break down muscle as well as fat. Okay. And you don't want to reach a stage where you're burning muscle because it's going to slow down your metabolism. So when you're off this program or diet, you're going to be worse off. And a lot of persons, they'll realize that the weight that they lost, they regain it even faster after they've come off a crash diet.
All right, so we're going to talk about some of those methods. One of this is no-calorie diet.
So some of my patients who come to me for weight loss, they have these weird things, military diet, cabbage soup diets, where they just have one particular type of food for, and grapefruit, all of these things. So they basically have no calories. And they're hungry all the time. They're miserable, as Jamaicans would say, hungry. And in the end, what they're doing is because their protein reserves they're not getting enough protein, they're burning the muscle. So they will lose the weight fast, and they lose a lot of water weight as well as fat weight.
It doesn't stay.
It doesn't stay. And then when they come off this diet, the weight just comes right back and even worse.
When you say it doesn't stay,
because you can't continue like that.
Okay.
You're just miserable all the time. And I mean, any crash diet at all is unsustainable. Because ultimately, food tastes good.
Yeah.
And you're going to want some food.
And they say crash because they probably want to lose weight for something. And then do it. Oh, I have a wedding. So
wedding,
go
a party.
But the average Joe wouldn't realize that they're not doing it properly because I'm losing weight. So I'm 160 and I want to come to 150.
They look at the scale.
Right.
But a lot of times what you lose initially, and especially in the first week, is water weight. Now, 60% of your body is water. So if you really want to affect your weight, then you play with that. That's what a lot of those wrestlers do who try to make weight.
Yeah.
So they cheat and take diuretics and so on to pee out all of that weight.
Yeah.
So that is what's happening when you take a lot of these slimming teas and weight loss
but
pills.
It's not healthy either, the drugs and the pills.
Oh, they don't. They can
drugs and
kidneys.
pills. This is the next one. That's not good. That's not good.
So persons will do a lot like, all right, so your thyroid gland controls your metabolism. So people with low or underactive thyroid glands, they'll put on weight. The opposite is true if you have a hyperactive thyroid. So what people do is take thyroid hormones to speed up their metabolism, and it totally messes up their hormonal levels. Others will take laxatives and just go to the toilet every time. That can mess with your kidneys, can mess with your colons.
By the way, what's that?
Oh, this is a Intra gastric balloon. This is one of the weight loss devices that I use. You put it into your stomach and blow it up, so you eat less.
So you put that in my stomach?
Well, not like this. It's collapsed, probably about like this. And then we put it in endoscopically, outpatient procedure. And it restricts how much you can eat.
Because if that's in your stomach, then it takes up some
space, and you don't feel as hungry because it stretches the stomach. So this works by allowing you to have caloric restriction, which is what you ultimately want to do in a balanced diet to get weight loss.
Do you remove it afterwards?
Afterwards, you just deflate it. It has a little valve that you just pull out through the mouth, and you release all the fluid that's there, and then just pull it out through the mouth.
So how long? It's
a year.
Ooh.
But what this does more than anything else is to change your habits and your relationship with food. So if you eat something bad, it stays in your stomach longer and you feel sick. So after a while, you realize that the 10, 15 minutes of eating the chips and the fatty foods and so on is just not worth a day of suffering.
Okay. Skipping meals.
This is kind of good and bad. So intermittent fasting is not bad, because what you do with intermittent fasting is that you don't eat until a certain window, maybe 4 hours throughout the day, and the rest of the time you're fasting. It's fine if you can keep that up, because ultimately it leads to caloric restriction, but you cannot eat too much during that 4-hour window. But if it is that you're skipping meals and then you're hungry and by 12 o'clock you're ravenous and you're on the road and the only thing available is the fried chicken with the curry gravy and rice and peas, and you're eating about a 1,200 calorie meal, plus juices, then you're going to put on a lot of weight.
You go right back up.
Over-exercising?
Well, some persons push too hard, and what happens is that your body's going to crave calories, and then you'll see them stopping at the fast food joints on the way home.
Oh.
So you have to feed your body. It's almost like if you're exercising, think of yourself. My trainer always say, if you're a performance car, you have to put high-grade, high-octane fuel. So you have to have good quality food.
Laxatives.
That's a person just literally pass out everything in the stool.
Smoking.
Cutting smoking, when people quit smoking, because of the two things. One, nicotine suppresses the appetite, and the second thing is that they're used to having something in their mouth. They tend to eat more and put on weight. It's like the worst way possible for you to try to lose weight, to start smoking.
But smoking stop you from eating plenty?
It suppresses the appetite a little bit.
But you're not suggesting that?
Oh, never.
He says to me, well, the doctor said we want to lose weight.
Doctor's advice,
We were talking about unhealthy methods.
I know.
I just want to know for sure.
Healthy weight loss methods. Eat a high-protein breakfast.
So what a lot of persons don't know is that when you are digesting food, your body burns calories digesting that food. So not everything that you eat will be absorbed. So for example, fats and carbohydrates, you absorb about 95% of that, and 5% is used in the actual digestion process as energy. For proteins, you only absorb 70% of what you eat. 30% is used to digest that protein. So it's very inefficient, and it stays in the stomach longer. It allows you to feel full longer. So having proteins in your meal, not only do you digest and absorb less calories, you feel full longer, and you preserve your skeletal muscle. That ultimately results in greater weight loss.
I understand avoid sugary drinks and fruit juice. I don't understand. Fruit juice not good for you?
Well, look at it this way. If you eat a fruit, then you eat a fruit and that's it. How many fruits go into making 1 cup of juice? It's concentrated, and still fruit juices, they have a lot of sugar. Fruits are like nature's candy bar. So you can, even though you're on a fruit-based diet, consume a lot of calories,
sugar.
especially now it's mango season. Hospitals are full of diabetics right now.
We're almost out of time. Lift weights?
Building a skeletal muscle mass.
When we can lose weight?
Huh?
Lift weights when we can lose
So you
weight?
lose inches, but you may lose a little bit of weight or even gain weight. But what you ultimately want to do is to increase your lean muscle mass, so you burn more fat at rest.
Right. Drink water half hour before meals. It kind of fills you up, so it helps. Eat soluble fiber.
Yeah, what is that?
So fiber, well, you have soluble and insoluble fiber. So if you eat a sweet potato, that's insoluble fiber that the body can't break down. And then you have the soluble fibers, like it slips another one that's in the brand, Metamucil. Right. That one, it's basically turns into a gel in your stomach, so you feel full for longer.
Yeah. Going back to your little balloon there. Wait, name by the way?
The intragastric balloon.
Yeah. It's for everybody who wants to lose
It's
weight?
for persons who want to lose, say, anywhere between 40 to 70 pounds. And sometimes my really big patients, the ones who weigh close to 600 pounds, we'll put that in, get them down to a size where surgery is safer for them.
Lose how much? What is it? 600?
No, if they're like 600 pounds, close to 600 pounds, and surgery is too dangerous for them, then you would put in a balloon that you try to get them down 100 pounds or so, because this can be adjusted up, so you increase the size of it. And then once you get them down, you can do the surgery when they're in their 400, 500 pounds. much safer.
How well, or not how well, but how long will it take me to say lose at 20 pounds? Not me personally.
Well, I mean, I've had patients who lost 27 pounds in 1 month, but usually it's on average about 10 pounds per month with the balloon.
Okay, but you still have to do the other things,
You
right?
have
you
to,
still have
everything
to
that you
exercise
do,
and diet
it's a
and-
lifestyle
properly.
change.
Yeah.
You have to, you can't eat about, at the ultimate, at the end of the day, it's always calories in, calories out. There's no metabolic advantage to having high carbohydrate or low carbohydrate or keto or any of these things.
Yeah, man.
Less calories. That's how it works.
Good to see you, my friend.
Always a
Be
pleasure.
safe. General laparoscopic and weight loss surgeon, Dr. Alfred Dawes. The only reason that we don't want him come here too often, we cancel our word every Thursday. 10 minutes to your health. We'll do it again next Thursday. Next time come is just Dr. Alfred Dawes. Me done.